we have Deadzone Rulebook, but in this you get actually 3 things: the rulebook, the force list, and this thing, which is tokens for a game. Awesome, that's great. That's actually very great. And here you can see the backside of it. Pretty thick card stock. Approved. Okay. So if you want the real information on what's in here, you can pause it and read what's in here. But we are going to just go straight in and flip through the pages of the rulebook first. So this is the 3rd edition of Deadzone. And here you can see the introduction and what's inside it. Already you can see awesome terrain. So if you buy the 3rd edition set, you get these terrain pieces with the cool little stuff here. You can see trash bins and this markings and all this terrain, which is very good. So what you need are D8s, and some of the cool mechanics in Deadzone is that you have exploding 8s. So when you get an 8, you can roll again. It's a hit and you can roll again. And command dice is still on it. So when you have your leader will make command dice, and your commander will have some abilities relating to the symbols of these dice. Okay, but we are just going to flip through. I'm going to just assume that you have maybe played this or are just a little curious on how it looks. So I'm going to just flip through it without too deep analyze this time around. And if you are interested, we can go a little bit more in detail. So here you can see you use your power dice, and on the special orders, your general, your leader, will have something cool happening with the special orders. And one thing more, Deadzone moves in squares. It moves in squares, so you can, if you have movement 3, you go 3 up or that way, or which is very cool. So it's a little bit different than other things. And here it goes into explanation and how you can move and stuff like that. Okay, but we are going to move around. So there are some small changes, but if you have played Deadzone 1 and 2, they're kind of the same. I'm not going to say they are exactly the same. They are, flushed out the rules a little bit and get all the FAQs into this, so everything is new and approved on, and then you will have new skirmish battles. But yeah, I really recommend you to put some little effort and read yourself up a little bit on Deadzone. It's a very fun and fast game, and you can get your rules and take some minis and just play. And here we have a lot of awesome art. So yeah, you have space dwarves, you have space rats, you have rebels, you have the plague, the evil GCPS, which are experimenting on everything. So if you don't know, dead zones are like quarantine parts of the planets where everything is forbidden to go into because, bad stuff has happened and the GPS are locking it down. But, depending on your faction, you are there to scavenge stuff or, to get people out of there, keeping the secrets. So it's a little bit cool fluff. And here you have the force lists, and this is how this book is looking. And in here you have the space elves as well. So you always have a leader troops, and then support living legends and equipment. So this is how you set up your factions. So here you have Asterians. So once again, if you really need to read, just pause. So Asterians have a lot of pages, and here are all the miniatures you can get. And here is an explanation of what type of weapon is what. So a fusion beamer is this one, a staff of command looks like this. So if you are unsure, this is where you can get your information on that. And then we have enforcers. They are the Marines in space, kinda, but you know, not super jacked like other IPs are, but they are kinda awesome. So living legends are kinda new, not really, but they are now into the main rule sets, which is awesome. And also here you have explanation of what type of weapon is what. So this is an incinerator, a flamethrower. Then we go to force fighters with these space dwarves. So they are so amazing, cool art. And here is the faction. So you have leaders, and then you have the more leaders. Then you have troops and specialists. And support, and living legends. So there is a lot of things to choose from. They have beefed up, jacked up here you have the CPS, and they have jacked up the forces you can have and what you can have in it, which is awesome. So you have a lot of options. Typically, you will run a game of 150, 200, sometimes 300. I don't think that has changed in 3rd edition. If you know, please, yeah. Comment and say in the comments that I'm wrong. Marauders are orcs and goblins in space. It's so awesome. And a lot of cool little options. Yes, you have chainmaw dogs with chainsaws in their mouth. Mason Labs. These are the insane scientific dudes that may or may not have made the plague and other things. So they, and they use aliens and have a lot of strange stuff in their stuff. Yeah, which is cool. Then you have kind of a new faction, Nameless, which are unspeakable horrors of deep space. They are scary bunch, a little scary bunch here. And here you can see how they are. Then you have the Plague, which are basically zombies for all intents and purposes. Rebs, which are alien and humans and everything mixed together, trying to fight the good fight and survive. And they are maybe the good guys in Deadzone. Kinda on the agenda of just getting paid and trying to live together in harmony. So here you have the most versatile units. You have apes in space. You have these dudes that use their feet as hands. The apes are amazing. Here you have Silverback. It's awesome. Yeah, I play Rebs. Rebs are cool. Then you have Vermin, which are rats in space. And you have two factions there. You have the Electro dudes, and you have the like stabby dudes. So there are two ways to play them at least. There are probably more because you have so much options now. It's a big list from second edition, as far as I can see, which is awesome. And then you have all the different weapons you can choose to have. All right, so this is the 2 books and everything. So thank you all for watching, and if you stay to the end, you are a legend. Thank you so much, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.